Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin scores! A 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page times Leno! Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fry Fogel again.
Welcome to the LEO podcast presented by Big Banter. I'm not Michael Bragg. I'm not even Brandon Dubich, though you can follow each of them on Twitter at Bragley and at Brandon Dubich. I'm not calling it X. That's just dumb. You're with me tonight, producer Seth. I'm at SayTop5 on Twitter. I've got a special episode for you this week where I interview one of the newly named IUFB 23 captains. He's a redshirt senior from Pittsburgh area and a large human being. He wears number 56, so I'll get it right on Bragg's quiz. It's Mike Katic. What's up, Big Cat?
What's going on? I'm honored to be here.
Awesome, man. Thanks for joining us. Just so you know, Sean Ratcher is the one who said that we needed to bring you on. So if this goes sideways or if you owe him any payback for this, just track him down. Okay.
All right.
All right. I just want to, the first thing and foremost, always when we bring on an athlete is we want to pump their NIL, make sure that if there's any way to support these athletes that we give them a chance to do so. Obviously on the Indiana NIL store, there is a Big Mike, section on there. Is there anywhere else other than they can buy 56 gear? Is there anything else they can do to support you?
Not really. I mean, I'm not really, a lot of people haven't really reached out for NIL reasons, and that's fine, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. All right, cool. I mean, I think that's kind of how it goes with offensive lineman. You're kind of unheralded. It's hard to kind of get your name out there. So that's why we want to get you in here and get you some exposure, man. All right, let's talk a little bit about, you grew up near Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
All right. So huge football centric area, man. Like tons of great athletes have come out of there. We're going to talk a lot about football later, but was there any other activities you were involved in growing up? Were you like a hunter, a fisher? Like what'd you do as a kid, in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing baseball. Baseball was my number one sport up until freshman year of high school. So I was really big into baseball. I played catcher, did a lot of like travel ball and stuff like that.
I'd be terrified of you behind the plate.
I blocked the plate pretty well, I will say that. And then I hunted probably for like a solid 6-7 years straight, and then I just kind of lost interest in it. I golfed a little bit growing up with my dad and friends, and then football. It's pretty much it. Yeah,
that kind of took over your life, I'm sure, once you got big and started getting recruiting. So that's one of the things I want to talk about is like recruiting for offensive linemen. I mean, we talked with Sean Ratcher, and it's like, how the hell do you recruit a long snapper? It's such a, but with offensive linemen, I'm sure it's a similar. Can you talk a little bit about what your recruiting process was like? I know you had some offers or at least some interest. The 24/7 is always kind of shady. It's like Temple, Pitt, Rutgers, Louisville. Can you talk a little bit about what your recruiting process was and ultimately what led you to Indiana?
Yeah, definitely. It really started after my junior year. We won the state championship, and a lot of
that helps.
Bigger guy. Yeah, a lot of a quarterback that was a year older than me, Phil Dracovic. He was getting recruited all over the country, and he was committed to Notre Dame. So that brought in a lot of schools. And then my right tackle, he also was going to Notre Dame. So it's just a lot of flowing in and out with a lot of these big time colleges. And started at, my first offer was Akron, and then it just kind of started snowballing. And then I took a visit to Syracuse which I already had an offer to, and I fell in love with Syracuse. I wanted to commit like the next day. And then I didn't really have much interest in Indiana until a really good family friend of mine, Tom Pulse. He was a fullback when Anthony Thompson was playing. And he was like, just check it out. You don't have to like it. You don't have to commit, but just check it out for me. I was like, all right. And then I came here, fell in love with it, and committed the next day. So that was it was just I just felt at home here. I was hosted by like Wes Martin, Simon, and Coy. And they kind of just gave me the whole rundown and, treated me really well on that visit. So I just fell in love and committed the next day to Coach Hiller.
I mean, that's a hell of a group to bring you in.
Yeah.
And so one of the really cool things that was announced in the last couple of weeks, I can't remember the exact days, but you've recently been elected one of the captains of the 2023 squad. And can you talk a little bit about what that means to you? And maybe more importantly, what does that say about the leadership you can provide?
Yeah, I was a captain of my high school team, so I kind of know what it's like to be in that position to lead a group of men, and to be selected as a captain is beyond. Like, it's the biggest honor of my life, probably, and it's great knowing that for 5 years of me working on being a good leader and being respected by my teammates and building all these close relationships with the guys that they see that and they've elected me captain, and it's just such an honor. I'm beyond blessed to be one of the 5 guys to lead this team into the 2023 season. And it's just great seeing all my hard work and being paid off. So yeah, it's just such an honor.
That's awesome. And, let's talk a little bit about the guy who's leading you and talk about how the offensive line has improved under Coach Bob.
Yeah, he brings a very different coaching style than Coach Hiller. They're 2 different guys. They're both good in their own respected ways. But the thing that Coach Bostad brings to the table is just this immense intensity that he brings every single day. Once we set foot in that meeting room and once we step foot on that field, it's work, it's business. And he's done, he brings so much experience from the NFL and working with a really good Wisconsin O-line for many years. So, we watch all that film when he coached in the NFL. So we see what these guys that he coached are doing. And it's been really good. He, you could tell how good of a coach he is just by the way, he conducts a meeting and how he coaches, his verbiage, what he likes to, all the techniques and things. So it's been good. A lot of the guys are responding well to the coaching, which is very good. And we're really excited to see how we do in the 2023 season.
Yeah, and in the NFL, he coached with the Titans and the Bucks. And one of the guys who I assume he's leaning on heavily as well is it's got to be happy. You got to be happy to have Matt back healthy. It seems like this year.
Yeah, it's really good to have him back. Me and Matt came in together. He obviously played before me, but he's so physically talented, and losing him last year was really tough because the depth really, there was a kind of a drop off. So, we having him back and, with his versatility, it's really good to get him back and just, he's really excited to be back. That year, that recovery he's had was tough for him. So just getting him back on the field, getting him around the guys a lot more. And it's been good.
And so, you have a lot of guys coming back from last year's squad. Is there a guy in your offensive line room who might be flying under the radar, who's going to make an impact, you feel like, this year?
I think a younger guy that could make an impact is probably Carter Smith or Josh Sales. Those are the 2 guys that, we can plug into each tackle spot and there probably won't be a big drop off at all. So I think those 2 guys, they've had a really good camp, a really good spring ball. So, whoever plays is going to be fine.
That's awesome. So this is one of the weird questions. I don't know how to ask this the right way. So I'm going to ask this in general. So I don't want you to make a decision right now, but now that you also have this COVID year option, I believe you're one of the players who's still eligible for it. Is there a thought process or an evaluation process that goes into whether or not not necessarily you personally, but having that as an option, is that a really cool thing? Is that something you might even look forward to? do you have any thoughts about, having an extra year potentially of eligibility for the guys who went through the COVID year?
Yeah, I thought people asked me about it, like, are you coming back for a 6 year? And I really don't know.
Right. That's why I'm not going to
Like,
ask it. I would hope that'd be your answer to a certain
yeah,
extent.
yeah, yeah. It's a great option for guys, who only played in like 2-3 games that 2020 year, just because with sickness and injury or whatever. So I think it's a great option for guys to take, and a couple guys on the team have taken that opportunity. So, we'll see where the season takes us, and yeah, if that's something I want to do, I have that option. So it's always nice.
Cool. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. All right, I want some quick, simple answers here. And if you need any hints, I can tell you who Josh or Sean may have said before. So these are kind of locker room questions. Oh, what is Bragg puts this as locker room questions? Makes you cringe every time. It's not quite that way. All right, buddy. So who's the funniest guy in the locker room, or maybe just I know because everyone's kind of segmented. Maybe who's the funniest guy in your position group?
Yeah, in my position group, it'd probably have to be.
You're allowed to say yourself too, because there's a couple in here that I might ask you, and you're going to want to say yourself. I would hope.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say myself, but probably like Khalil Benson. Bray Lynch is really funny, and then I'd say I hang out a lot in the locker room with Jamari Monet on the D line, and he's one of the funniest dudes I've ever met. So yeah.
All right, next one, best dancer.
Oh,
I know some of you big boys got some wiggle.
oh, geez, Khalil Benson's a really good dancer.
Is that why he's funny too, or are those two
Yeah,
mutual? Are they separate things?
they're separate things.
Okay.
But a lot of the time, like when the music's cranking in the locker room, I'm kind of just sitting in my locker because they don't like to play a lot of country music. So
That was going to be my next question. Is I don't know how much. What are you like on Zach Bryant? I think he just released an album.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of Zach Bryan stuff like that. Dancer, I mean, a lot of like the DBs, wide receivers they got moves. Yeah, the big boys don't really have the best moves. I'd say Khalil's probably the best big boy dancer.
All right. What about best hair?
Uh, Josh Henderson's. I like Josh Henderson's.
That might be a clean sweep. We've had at least all three guys have mentioned that so
Really?
far. Of course,
Yeah.
well, of course, Josh is going to claim his own too. I mean,
Yeah,
we
he's
pushed
got
him
great.
into it. To be fair. All right, this is a exclusive question for you. We haven't asked anybody else this one, and you're sporting it right now. Best stash or facial hair? It's got to be you, right?
It's got.
Like,
Oh, actually,
you're going straight into like the police force after this, right?
Yeah. No, but oh, Zach, tight end. He has an unbelievable mustache. It's one of those that like come out.
The handlebars? Does he
Yeah,
twirl it?
It's incredible. So I'd say his mustache is unbelievable.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be this is one we ask everyone, so don't feel slighted on this one, not just because you're a big boy. But what's your favorite food spot at IU?
Fat Dan's.
Okay. All right.
The Wake and Bake Burger and mini corn dogs. That's my order. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then, that's number one, hands down.
Okay. What about your favorite non-football thing to do in Bloomington? And don't say like workout or like, come on, give me something a little out there.
Yeah. In the summers, it's probably golfing. There's like 7 courses around here that we all.
Are you good, or are you just like being out there?
I kind of just like going for the camaraderie with the boys. I mean, there's some good guys on the team. But I'd say golfing in the summer, and then other than that, just hanging out on my front porch with my roommates, sitting around a fire, just hanging out, listening to music, probably.
Yeah. What else do you like to do outside of football? I mean, I think that's what all the ladies are wanting to know. Like, where are they going to meet you on I was going to say on a Friday night, but hopefully you're like resting, getting ready for Saturday. Yeah. But on Saturday night after the game, you got 24 hours to party and celebrate a win. Like, where are you going? What's the plan?
As I get older, I want to stay in more. So I usually have friends and family that come up for the game. So And then all my roommates, they have friends and family that come out. So once again, just sitting on the porch, hanging out. Yeah.
That's fair. All right,
Yeah.
man. Hey, I just want to thank you for coming on. It's great to have you here. We appreciate it. We wish you nothing but, first and foremost, health and luck, and hopefully that brings some wins along with the season as well. So hope to hear a lot from you coming in the next year. And thanks again, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Be sure to check out the pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at Podcast LEO, and make sure to follow our new partner at Big Banter Sports for all the latest updates involving our podcast, as well as the new additions being added weekly. Be sure to download, follow, rate, and review on all our platforms. Join us again for the next episode as we go back to the top of the schedule to preview an actual game, the game against the Ohio State School. Talk to you soon, LEO.
LEO. Awesome day. LEO. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. LEO. All right. Great. LEO. Appreciate you guys. LEO. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. LEO. Have a great day. LEO. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And LEO. Oh, thank you so much. LEO. Well, thanks so much. LEO. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. LEO. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. LEO. Awesome. LEO. LEO.